What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today is Wednesday, which of course means it's time for another Western New York Wednesday here on the channel. And the beer I'm reviewing today comes from the Mortalis Brewing Company, and they're out of Avon, New York. And this is their Hydra, the Sweet Cherry Key Lime Raspberry variant. So this is a fruited sour that is brewed with the aforementioned 3 fruits, comes in at 7% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review, and this crowler is just under 2 months old. So let's address the elephant in the room. Why is the beer already opened? Why did I already pour it in my glass? Well, there's a couple reasons, but the first reason is the main reason. Earlier today, when I checked my beer fridge, I noticed that there was a little bit of seepage here at the top of the can. And I was like, oh boy, when it comes to these fruited sours that are brewed with like a ton of fruit puree, sometimes they undergo re-fermentation in the crowler or whatever vessel they're in. And I pretty much knew that was what was happening here, even though I kept it cold the entire time. It's been under 40 degrees since I've purchased these from Mortalis, but I was like, all right, it's probably gonna explode, so I'm gonna crack this open over the sink, and I'm glad I did because it pretty much exploded. I lost about, I'd say about 1/3 to 1/4 of the beer. This glass is a like 20 ounce, like oversized, like kind of like wine glass or whatever you want to call it, but it's about 20 ounces, holds 20 ounces, and there's about 16 in my glass right now. There's probably another 6 to 8 in here. So let's say I lost about 1/3 to 1/4 of the beer. Now, that's unfortunate because I wanted to drink this beer, and I'm going to actually be sharing this beer with Average Pops, and also I have another crowler of a different Hydra that I'll be sharing with him. And I'm going to open these both today and review them today because of this issue. The other issue with the crowlers is that I'm terrible at pouring crowlers. And if you look at this beer is crazy with the color and everything. I don't want to stain my tablecloth, and I certainly don't want to wash it like 3 times or have to buy a new one. So the main reason is it exploded, and I'm sure it would have been awesome on camera to see that explosion, but I knew it was going to explode, so I opened it off camera, poured it, and I'm going to review it right here. Now, I'm always honest with you guys, and I did not have any of this, although I was tempted. I don't like opening any kind of beer off camera and then reviewing it just because I feel like you should open it on camera, but with these crowlers, man, you're playing with fire. So I'm going to open the next one, like I said, off camera as well. So hopefully that's okay. If not, I totally get it. But I totally 100% did not drink any of this. But I'll tell you right now, I could smell it when I cracked it open. And I was just like, this smells amazing. I want to taste it, but I haven't. So I've been sitting here for the last like 10 minutes just staring at it and like, I want to drink it. I want to drink it. So that's what we're going to do. So anyway, let me just put this over here, get it out of the way. So when it comes to their Hydra series from Mortalis, it's kind of like the 450 North Slushy series, or like the Answers Popsicle or 3 Scoop series. It's basically a fruited sour with just a shit ton of fruit puree in it. This one has sweet cherry, key lime, and raspberry. I love key lime, I love raspberry, love sweet cherry. So this sounds like it's going to be amazing, and it looks amazing. So if you look at this, you can see the pulp at the top. It actually poured, probably like a 3-finger head. It's still super carbonated. It just re-fermented, so obviously, it's still fermenting and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, it just looks awesome. It has this deep, super deep purple color. Like I said, all that pulp at the top. It looks crazy. It looks like a fruit smoothie. It's a 7% fruit smoothie is what it is. So I have not really got into a nose here. I just smelled it from afar when I cracked it open. So hopefully it smells amazing. Yeah, it doesn't even smell like beer. Same reaction I got from the 450 North Slushies. This smells, honestly, big cherry, but like a big sweet black cherry. It says sweet cherry, but like black cherry. Tons of raspberry. Not really getting the lime. Oh my God, it smells awesome. It smells like a cherry raspberry fruit smoothie. Not much more to say about it. It's super rich and just like sweet in the nose. There's a slight tartness. You kind of know it's a fruited sour, but it just has such a big raspberry and cherry aroma that you're just like, is this even beer? I don't know if it is, but I want to get into it. So cheers, everyone. You know what? I'm really upset that I lost like 1/3 of that crowler, or like 1/4. I don't know. Probably more like 1/4. I probably still have about 24 ounces. So let's say a 1/4 of it. If you've had a 450 North Slushy that looks like this, or you've had any fruited sour that looks like this, you know the experience that's going through my body right now. This is awesome. But much like the 450 North Slushies, I really can't tell you this is beer. If someone handed it to me, I'd be like, oh man, this is delicious. Delicious, some kind of fruit smoothie of some sort. 7%, the body's like higher side of medium, lower side of full body. Has such a thickness to it that approaches like medium full body. There's still carbonation here, but it's so soft and smooth from all that fruit. The flavor is just amazing, magnificent. Tons of sweet cherry. That's the dominant note that I'm getting. Lots of sweet cherry. And then like halfway through, I'm hit with a tartness that's kind of giving me acidic lime vibes to it. If I was doing this blind, I wouldn't tell you there's key lime in here. I would just say this, just the acidic tartness is coming from the base fruited sour portion. On the back end, I'm getting like this tannic cherry, but also a big, rich raspberry. Finish is sweet, which you expect from beer like this. But there is a little bit of an acidic nature to the finish. A little bit of tartness that kind of breaks up the sweetness ever so slightly. Not really dry at all. This is fucking just amazing. And I've drank a lot of Mortalis. I've been to the brewery multiple times. I have, you know, had a couple Hydras, but I've had so many of their other fruited sours, and they just know what they're doing. The reason why Mortalis is one of, if not the most hyped brewery in New York, is because of beers like this. It's just, they're fantastic. They're so easy to drink, 7%. I can't even tell you there's alcohol in here. I could throw back this crawler and be, you know, feeling great, but have a great time doing so. Glad I'm going to share this though. I'm going to give, Pops only wants like, you know, probably like 8 ounces of this. He used to really like fruit beers, but beers like this that are sweet, about half of a can or so, 6 to 8 ounces, somewhere in that range he's good with, so I'll have the rest of it. Yeah, this is amazing beer. I don't really get a lot of the key lime, mostly cherry and raspberry. Regardless, this is, to me, like a world-class sour at this point. I can't give it a 5 out of 5 because I want some of that key lime, and just kind of pissed off the crawler exploded. Not that, you know, it happens or whatever, but yeah, anyway, Hydra, sweet cherry, key lime, raspberry, no problems giving that the high 4.75 out of 5. I'm going to go 4.8 out of 5. It's close to 5 out of 5. I want some key lime, and I think it would get there. Everything else about this beer is amazing. If you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. Again, they don't get a, I mean, when it comes to value and availability, this is where Mortalis, being a smaller brewery, sucks for a normal consumer. To get this beer, you either have to go to the brewery and have it on tap, or you have to wait in line for the crawler releases. I waited in line about 40 minutes. I got 3 crawlers, I got 2 Hydras, and I got their sour IPA, which I reviewed about a month ago. And yeah, it wasn't too much of a wait. Now, the price on this, I believe it was $20 for this crawler. Probably pretty expensive for a lot of people. You're talking about 32-ounce crawler, you cut that in half, so that's like a $10 16-ounce can. Here's the thing. I think the value for this beer, for what I'm drinking and how amazing it is, it's worth it for me. I wouldn't, listen, if I could go to every crawler release, I probably would not. I'd probably go to maybe, if I could go to every single crawler release they did, I'd probably only go to like a half or third of them. A, it'd be expensive because it is $20, and B, you know, just so many offerings, and when you're drinking a crawler like this, you want to share it, at least I do. So value is good to try once in a while, but there's no way I would regularly buy this one. My recommendation to you is to, if you're in the Avon, New York, or, you know, south of Rochester, if you're anywhere in there, honestly, if you're within a couple hours of this brewery, check it out. Go to the brewery, drink there. Fantastic vibe. It's a small little place, but you can get pours of most of their beers, almost all their beers on tap, and that's the way to go, I think. Getting a crowd like this is awesome, but you know, you have to spend time to do so, and you have to spend a decent amount of money to do so. So I drink at the brewery itself, but I cannot deny that they make amazing beers. They are probably my favorite brewery in New York, right up there with Other Half, you know, neck and neck. Some days I feel I like Other Half more, other days Mortalis, but they're both amazing world-class breweries, and you know, they're about an hour and a half away from my house, so that's pretty awesome. Anyway, Hydra, sweet cherry, key lime, and raspberry, 4.8 out of 5. Like I said, if you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it, because I think this is an absolutely amazing beer. Another thing, keeping from 5, I think I would like a little bit more tartness, but when you drink a beer like this, you kind of know what to expect. But if you like sweet cherry and raspberry, this is your jam, and I like them, and this is my jam. So appreciate everybody stopping by for another Western New York Wednesday. Check back next week for another installment. Like I said, in a couple weeks, I'll have another Hydra. I think it's their blackberry peach mango. I'm looking forward to that one. That's going to be quite a different beer from this one, but hope it's just as delicious. So take it easy, everybody. Have a good one. Cheers.